question for you all to answer. How will you actively contribute to and leverage the bagel community in your CEO journey? You can just finish that quickly. And also we have a rapid survey, feedback. I'm going to give you all 2 minutes to do that. We want you to put it in the box outside before you go. Because next session is going to be a fun one, an experiential one. You're going to love it. It's all about style and attitude. So just take 2 minutes, fill out all these forms so that we can move on to the next session. Move into a very different space. There is one part of leadership we experience even before we say a word. What is that? Anyone can guess? Even before we say a word, what does something say about us? Our appearance. It's how we show up, how we walk, how we make eye contact, everything. But today we are going to talk about how we show up. Because style is not just about what you wear, it's about presence, it's about signal, it's about how you walk into a room and how that room reads you. It's very important, right? So when people walked in today, were you making some first impressions on them?
Yes.
Yeah, can you share if you made some good impressions on people? Please just stand up and share. Anyone made a good impression as soon as you walked in? Please go ahead. Supriya, okay. What did you like about her appearance?
The way she carries herself.
Where she carries herself. Anyone else? Pratiksha, okay. What stood out?
I felt like she is carrying her culture without any hesitation, and she's not hiding anything and being confident in that.
Very nice. Anyone else created an impact? Yes.
Torsha. Yeah.
Nobody
can put that look on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
I would say that Torsha, she just aced it. I also want to say equal if you make an impact, but I also want to call out the duos. Oh my god. Amrita and Deepti, every time I look at them, they're like graceful, elegant, smart, chic. So I'm always looking at them saying, oh my god.
Stand up. Show us your left. Come on. Look at that. Saris. Yes. Go ahead. Few more before.
My god, the elegance and the grace trust flows. And Manisha was in sari grace. I mean, there are a lot of us in sari here. It just flows. And Charlie, you're exceeding it. I mean, I've never seen. I would love to see Vicky in a show.
That's wonderful. So that's what the session is about, right? For each of us, something different appeals. And we're going to talk about today. And
Kavita, someone mention your name as well.
I would go with you because as soon as I entered the room, the kind of energy that you were, starting with.
Thank you so much. I'm a believer in recycling, reusing. So this is a dress. Many people ask me where I got it. 12 years old, it was a dress. Now I can't wear it as a dress, so it's become a jacket and I made a dress inside. So yeah, I think that's the way you have to do it. So anyway, so let's go on to the next session, which is not just a talk, it's going to be an experience. We have with us Ankita Srivastava, a self-taught artist and expressive arts therapist and co-founder of Safar Ki Dukaan. Her journey has moved from advertising and event management into a life shaped by art, travel and community. There is really a quite depth to how she sees the world. With her we have Torsha Banerjee, also the co-founder of Safar Ki Dukaan, but her relationship with clothing goes well beyond saris, though we see her mostly in saris. She's the kind of person who will take one outfit and wear it 3 different ways, a little unexpected, a little quirky, but never boring. That's Torsha for you. So welcome.
Thank you, Kavita.
So together, through Safar Ki Dukaan, they have created something more than a brand, a space that celebrates not just what you wear, but the way you carry it. Because as leaders, our style is not just decoration, it is communication. Huge round of applause for these ladies.
Thank you. Thank you, Kavita. So we have had a full day of conversations about being CEO ready. Trust, community, agency, what it takes for a woman to take that role. Very big conversations, very important ones. And now you have us. Good afternoon, I'm Torsha and this is Ankita. And between the two of us, we run a brand called Safar Ki Dukaan, which is a brand that curates handloom sarees and handcrafted accessories from across India. And because of that, we spend a lot of time thinking about how Indian women dress, the choices they make, and what those choices mean for us.
So some of you, or rather most of you, were here last year as well. And we were on the same stage and we spoke about saris and beads. This year we wanted to go broader, mainly because, and honestly because, the conversation that took place in that session just didn't stop at the stage, it continued afterwards in the corridor, over the lunch, into the rooms, and it became about, how we dress up. What message do we give when we enter a room, and how we dress for the authority that we carry. So for that conversation about dressing with intention, about experimenting with style, I cannot think of a better person than Torsha, who is my friend, partner, and my personal stylist, because she has a wardrobe which is full of experiments, an Instagram which is full of sarees, and an eye which sees details in everything and knows what works and why. So over to you, Torsha.
Thank you, Ankita, for that glowing introduction. But I have a confession to make. I'm not a personal stylist. I'm not a fashion designer. In fact, I have no certification whatsoever to be standing on this stage and talking about style. But what I do have is what Ankita just described, a deep love for dressing up, for experimenting, and years of observing how a room responds to me depending on what I walk in wearing. So this session that we have, which is more experiential, is not going to be about fashion at all. It's going to be about communication. Because let's be honest, when you walk into a room and before you say a single word, there is an opinion being formed about you. Now we are going to talk about how to make that opinion work for you. But before all of that, like we did last year, we are going to start with a game. There's no prizes to be won, but we all love games, so why not? Ankita, will you help us with the game?
Yes, absolutely. So the game we have is pretty simple. There are 4 scenarios and 4 women that we are going to talk about, and I'm going to just describe them. And we are going to ask you a very simple question that, going by the description, what you think, is the lady CEO ready or not? Is that clear? Okay. Okay, so it's a Monday morning, board presentation. She walks in wearing a deep teal silk saree, pallu neatly pinned, structured, full sleeve blouse, hair in a low bun, one gold kada, block heels. The room goes quiet for a second when she enters. Take a moment and tell us what you think.
Yes.
So most of you think she is CEO ready, right? Okay.
Great. Okay, this is the second scenario. It's a client meeting at 10 a.m. in the morning. She's in a well-fitted navy blazer, good trousers, nice earrings. But her scarf is half falling off her shoulder and she keeps adjusting it every 2 minutes.
Is she CEO ready? No? Raise your hands if you think she is CEO
If you
ready.
think otherwise, if you
No.
differ.
Okay, most agree
Alright.
no.
All right, it's a job interview for a senior leadership role. She comes in wearing a pretty floral chiffon sari, casual Kolhapuri flats, hair open, no structure anywhere in the look. She's sweet and warm. Wonderful.
Let's also think about what the occasion is. It's a job interview for a senior leadership role. Okay. Let's move to the next one.
Yeah, the last one. She walks into a creative agency, pitch in a bold printed cord set, statement earrings, white sneakers. She's confident, intentional, and put together.
But would this work in a banking boardroom? Absolutely, it will. So, all of you had a response, mostly under like 2-3 seconds, right? And without any kind of visuals, just words that she read out. This is exactly what is happening to you when you walk into a room. The question is, are you directing that opinion or are you leaving it to chance? So let's look into what is actually happening. Why are we responding the way we are responding? So there are 4 signals our brain is reading. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. So let's talk about it just for 2 minutes. The first is silhouette. You know, when you walk into a room, the first thing anybody notices is the shape. Not the color, not the brand, not your jewelry, but just the shape. And by shape, I mean, is it structured, is it contained, or is it all over the place? Because structure reads as control. So if you have a neatly pinned pallu or a fitted blazer or a crisp shirt, it reads, the room is reading you as someone who's in charge. And that's important for you for the occasion that we're talking about, being CEO ready, right? The second thing everybody looks at is color. Now, why are you wearing the colors that you're wearing today? Because each color has some significance, right? Like neutrals may say you're here to do the work. If you're wearing very rich jewel tones, it may say, I have authority, I'm bold, I'm experimentative. Whereas warms may mean that you are very approachable, and none of them are wrong. But if you just opened your cupboard today and picked up whatever was in front, the room can read that too, trust me. Because you're not put together in the color that it was intended for. The third thing is finish. Now, I have a confession. I'm not looking as finished as I was in the morning because I've been sitting here, menopause, heat wave in Bangalore, all of that put together. But when you walk in somewhere, everybody is noticing these small details like, is your shirt ironed? Is your shirt neatly tucked in? Is it looking deliberate? Is it looking intentional? And it doesn't cost anything. It's just those moments of attention that you're paying to your clothes, how you sort of walk in, right? And the last one, which is my personal favorite, is one intentional detail. Now, every CEO-ready look should have that one thing that says it was a choice. I made a choice to wear this. To stand out, to be less invisible, right? And it is just about that saying that, you know, she took this moment to dress herself up before showing up here. And can you guess what's my intentional detail today? Absolutely. See, you noticed it, right? Because I wanted you to notice it. If I'm here talking about style, I need one intentional detail that sort of makes me less invisible, right? So these are the 4 things which I call the framework. And if you put any of your outfits, these are very basic things. There's, of course, so many other things in style. But we are talking about communication, right? And if we are just putting our clothes through these 4 things, I think you will know what is working and what is not. Because your clothes need to command the authority that you already have in your roles, in your designations, in your workplace, personal life, wherever it is, right? So that's the framework.
Right. So
Okay,
is that
sorry.
a lot or just enough to manage with your wardrobe? What do you all think? I mean, these 4 details. Okay.
But
so
we'll not make it more complicated.
Yes.
We'll do this with some...
Correct. So now since we have the framework ready, can we move to a more exciting part of the day, Torsha?
Absolutely, I think the room
right.
deserves it.
All right, so right here in this room, we have 4 women who have intentionally dressed for today, who have, put in little details and who have given it a thought, for the occasion, for the day, and for the conference. We would like to invite them on stage and give them their moment of spotlight. So may we please have Meenakshi Iyer on stage? Oh, sorry, Meenakshi Yeri. I'm so sorry about that.
Yes,
That'll
yes.
also happen, Supriya.
Welcome, Meenakshi. Everybody, a round of applause. She was very, very scared to be on stage, but she took this challenge. And I told her I'm going to decode her look on the stage. So therefore, she was even more scared, I think, but she went ahead with it. So what we just learned about the framework, right? Now, in Meenakshi's look, what are we really noticing? We are noticing structure, a color pattern, which is monochromatic. So it's sort of like a minimalist, but at the same time here to do the work, right? And she has that one intentional detail in her earrings and her little bit of the silver that she's wearing on her neck. And her shoes that are keeping her standing tall and confident. So this is what we call the archetype of being a minimalist, but a classic dresser. And you don't always have to be experimentative. That's not the point. The point is stick to something that you like. If you want, please experiment, but also be confident. How are you feeling, Meenakshi?
Honestly, I work for non-profit, so I haven't worn this suit for 3 years. Yeah, it's good. It reminds me of my corporate days, and I used to wear this a lot more often. But yeah, obviously a jacket makes you feel a little covered, especially during menopause days when you have curves in the wrong spots. Yeah, so the jacket does make you feel a little bit more in control, and it kind of gives you that more flattened look as well. So that I like about it.
Do you feel confident?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people will agree. I generally am confident. Whatever I dress, I don't care. But yes, it does. Like if you're going into a meeting like this, it just makes you not stand totally apart, right? Like if it was up to me and my original style, I would be wearing very floral, very bold prints. But then you walk into a room full of men and you suddenly really, I mean, as such your gender puts you apart, but that puts you even further apart, right? Because they only get blue and grays. I mean, I in fact had a friend who was colorblind. So his wife had written down like behind his shirt, shirt 1, trouser 1, shirt 2, trouser 2, or like shirt 1, 2, and trouser 1, like that. So luckily we can use colors, but unfortunately we can't experiment that many in some of the high-level meetings. But yeah, I love it. And I'm glad I wore it after like 3 years.
Great.
Completely confident and all that. So thank you.
Thank you, Meenakshi.
Can you just wait for a second? Let me.
So next, we would like to call upon stage Ms. Deepti.
Come on, a round of applause for Deepti in her confident but bold sari. Thank you, Deepti. So as you can see, there's something different about her than Meenakshi, right? She's here in a bold, colored sari, which clearly means that she's an experimenter, she's bold in her choices. Now, what we have done and what she has chosen to do is to tone it down slightly with this fitted blazer, right? It sort of goes with the color tone of her sari, but it also gives her structure. At the same time, because the sari is a flowing kind and not something that can be pleated like a cotton or a silk, it's easier, it's all tucked in within the blazer. And her intentional detail is in her pearls, which go absolutely perfectly with her outfit. Thank you, Deepti. What do you feel about this?
I feel fantastic.
You look fantastic.
Thank you. I think I love to pick a sari when the occasion is formal. So whether it's especially since I work in legal, industry, and a lot of my clients are in the banking and fintech space. Sari is just perfect, and for the Indian weather, it's perfect. And this material falls very well, and it's very easy to move in. So my go-to fabrics of choice for work events are viscose or similar materials.
Closer.
Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
And I believe that confidence in your outfit or how you express yourself is also has a correlation with work. And I've had a few wins at work recently. And I had the opportunity to draft a discussion draft for the Ministry of Finance on financial services areas of cooperation between India and Israel's free trade agreement. I also like, to make sure that the color is appropriate to the occasion. So I know that today is also a fun day besides, celebrating women and leadership. So I went ahead with the color. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
And that's exactly what we were talking about, right? It's the occasion. Not every day do you have to be in a structured, monochromatic, or a neutral look. All you need to do is think about where you are going, what's your purpose, what's your intention, and dress according to that. You're not going to be at a party wearing a blazer and black and that's it, and you're not going to have fun. That's not the idea, right? And she's here at a conference being herself. So everybody has a style, and we are just here to sort of enhance that, but also speak the language that you want to for the room, right? Okay. Next one, please.
All right, now welcoming the lady who's been hosting us entire day, our MC, Kavita.
Welcome, Kavita, and thank you for the entire day of hosting and keeping us entertained. So clearly, Kavita is again the experimenter, but also the creative one. See her colors, the color palette that she has chosen. While it's it's still very warm and toned down, but they are colors that we normally don't, like a lot of you may not choose to put these two colors together. And that is what makes her stand out, because she's the MC today, she's the host, she has to be someone that you notice and is comfortable to approach if you want to ask something. And that's the role that she's playing. And with her little detail of her necklace and everything, she's trying to maintain that look which makes her stand out, but also doesn't go towards the entirely bold spectrum, right? Kavita, what did you feel? I know you had some doubts about this one. Last night she was messaging me saying she's not wearing this, but she did. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening and choosing to wear this.
So the story behind this is I actually wanted to wear a pantsuit, that's my desire. But every time I go to buy one, I'll say, this is not me. So I always come back saying, no, I don't want to be dressed like that. So then I have a friend who makes clothes for me. Like I said, this is 12 years old. I wore it for my first leadership event where I spoke 12 years ago. It was a very nice dress at that time. And now, of course, I can't button it up. So I was telling him, like, what should we do? And he said, and I love this orange. It's not a color I wear. Then I realized BAGGGEL color is orange. I said, okay, why don't we do an orange dress and wear it as a jacket? And yes, it took a little while for it to come together. Because I'm, like you said, I don't wear these colors very often. So I didn't have the accessories, the shoes, and I kept messaging you what shoes to wear, because I didn't want to add another color to already a colorful me.
You also mentioned I don't have time to go buy that.
Yes, yeah, because he gave this to me at like 5 in the evening yesterday. So I said, okay. So, and this is how I am. So today, thank you.
Ladies, doesn't it look amazing?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And next year, I want to wear a tie like this. Please, please.
We were hoping you'll wear a sari because you did last year.
Yes. I always like to mix things up.
Okay. Thank you so much. And last but not the least, we have
Christabel. Let's welcome her on stage,
round of
please.
applause, please. Hi, Christabel, welcome. So she's again one of our classic yet creative dressers. She's worn a waistcoat, which we normally put as a three-piece behind under our suits, but she has chosen to be a little more relaxed today because it's a conference. It's not a boardroom. It's not a pitch. It's not an important meeting. She's here to be with the community, learn, and that's a perfect relaxed dress. And one of the things that we added yesterday was the earrings. You want to talk about it? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I love these pants. They're super comfortable. And yeah, I am a last-minute dresser. So Torsha's nudges were really appreciated, and I think I'll take her up on these even after. But yeah, I tend to be one of those people who has a set of whatever tops, shirts, and set of trousers, and in the morning you make it a no-brainer kind of a thing. And it so happened that it's been a busy set of days too, and yeah, I wasn't very decided about exactly what to wear, and so these conversations that we were having, and Tosha's nudge was pick one thing that'll break the monotony kind of a thing. And still I wasn't very, stand out. Still I wasn't decided about what that one thing would be. Because even in terms of accessories, I tend to be minimalist, right? That's just me. If I wear something very heavy, don't feel very, I feel very heavy, like something that should not be on me is on me type of thing. But yeah, so your voice came back. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, my daughter, even in the morning, I was like, should I? Is it like overdoing it kind of a thing? And she said, no, it looks really good. And I was like, that's cool.
Thank you so much, Christabel. And you know, these are things that you can pair up with so many different things based on the occasion, right? You put it, like in the picture, you put it over a shirt or otherwise with a suit, and it works. So, ladies, please give them a round of applause and let them walk the ramp before you walk the space back to your seats. Please, so some music. Can we have a music, please? Just walk. Yeah, go ahead. This is your moment. Own it. These are our CEOs. Applaud them. Thank you so much. Photo, yes. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. No, we still have 2 things to go, okay? We have 7 minutes on the clock, but we are going to take only 2. So, mostly that was from us, but, you know, I wanted to leave you with this thing. Just think about it. See You Ready is not a style or a look. It's just about a deliberate choice in the style that you show up in. Because like we spoke, and so many others before us spoke about how, you know, your style shows up before you say a word. So make it work for you. And the hours that you spend working on your presentation, nights working on your speech, if you spend 15, 20, half an hour on your clothes the night before, you will have a boost of confidence that will only add to the work that you do and not delete anything from it. If you're going to wake up in the morning and take only 5 minutes to dress up, the room is going to read it, and it's not the best place to be. So just leaving you with that thought.
So next time you stand in front of the mirror wondering what to wear, remember every choice that you make is already saying something. Make it say what you mean.
Thank you, everyone, for allowing us to be here. And thank you, Supriya, for the stage. I have one last plug-in because we had to. We have a showcase of Safar Ki Dukaan sarees and accessories coming up at Sabha next Saturday. So if you like it, please do come by and see our stuff. Until then, goodbye and have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying my stage time, so. Yeah, I should. Okay, so you all did a fantastic job. We would love you back on stage. And I would like to call Sunil and Vinay to felicitate them. I don't see Satyakam. I thought we'll get the men to do it, but come on, Vinay. You're such a snazzy dresser. He always shows up this way. Even last year, I remember that. Come on, let's clap. Stylish. Lovely.
I'm just enjoying it now.
Thank you.